Disclaimer, the following video contains ample amounts of politics. If you are one of the 0 people who isn't affected by politics, I highly recommend placing this video on mute and watching it while playing Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It, totally goes together. Scarily good. It had to be intentional.
WheezyWaiter!
Beard lovers, today is January 31st, 2017! Sad death night, Maxie Walker. Sorry, happy birthday, Mini Driver. I was thinking in opposites. Anyway, guess what time it is? It probably varies quite a bit, depending on when you're watching this. But it's also comment time. Sifting through the nonsense, looking for your comments from a state or province. No matter where your butt is, it's comment time. Comment time. Yeah. WTF, Craig, why do you no wink anymore? I wink. I just was unable to at the end of yesterday's video because I nuclear exploded. But I went to the doctor. I'm better now. I think you are an actor. What? I am not an actor. I am line.
Totally real.
Totally real. Thank you. Best performance ever. This is exactly the time to not avoid politics. Yes, yesterday I said I was going to avoid politics, but several of you commented that I shouldn't. So, at the risk of getting political, I'm going to talk politics. I haven't given it a whole lot of thought, so I'm just gonna give my 2 cents off the top of my head. Last Friday, President Donald Trump issued an executive order that bans nationals from these 7 Muslim-majority countries for at least 90 days, suspends the U.S. refugee system for 120 days, and prohibits Syrian refugees from entering the country until further notice. Some say it's not a ban. Trump says it's a ban. Some say it's not a Muslim ban because there are non-Muslims from those countries that are also banned, and there are Muslim-majority countries that are not banned. And that's true, so let's call it a travel ban. And I don't mean it's a ban on all travelers, you know what I mean. Some say Trump chose to ban these countries and not other Muslim-majority countries because he doesn't have business ties with them and he does with others. But it is also true that it seems that he derived this list from Barack Obama's presidency. When Obama was in charge, he labeled these countries countries of concern. Trump doesn't even mention the countries in the executive order, he just refers to Obama's list. However, Obama didn't ban citizens from those countries from entering, he just added heightened scrutiny. Some, however, say that Obama in 2011 did ban Iraqis from entering the U.S. after an incident where 2 Iraqis were arrested for terrorism in Kentucky. But that's not exactly true. He did conduct background checks for all Iraqis in the U.S. and slowed down the entry of Iraqis to the U.S., but there was never a complete ban, and it was only 1 country. Some say that Trump's ban doesn't make sense because no terrorists came from those countries to the U.S. The executive order evokes 9/11 as a justification right at the beginning, but nobody who conducted the 9/11 attacks came from those countries. There is one instance of terrorism from those countries. A Somali refugee did injure 13 people at Ohio State University. That's the only instance of domestic terrorism from someone from one of the banned countries. Since the executive order, you may be aware of many of the stories that have come out of people being detained in airports, having to return home despite living and working here for months, including Iraqis who have fought alongside or interpreted for the U.S. military, and massive protests at airports across the country. There's a really good Casey Neistat video. He goes to the JFK airport and shows the protest, and he even interviews a couple of girls who are waiting for the release of their mom. And Donald Trump has said that all in all there have been 109 people detained. But there's also accounts of hundreds more being denied entry or being denied even getting on the plane to come here. Many have attributed all this confusion with border security at the airports with the way the executive order was written and introduced without oversight from GOP leadership. My personal opinion is this is Donald Trump attempting to make good on his campaign promises of strengthening the border, but he's doing it in a very haphazard, impatient, reckless way. And even if it was administered in a more professional way with proper oversight and planning, blocking the citizens of 7 countries from entry, even if it's temporary, is extreme, causes suffering for those who don't deserve it, doesn't even address the countries from where most U.S. terrorism originated, and as far as I can tell will only help the recruiting of those who want to hurt us. But I haven't really thought about it that much. This has been a comment time. I highly recommend checking out Phillip Defranco's video all about this. I derived a lot of my information from there. Casey Neistat's video at JFK Airport. And you can subscribe to me at any airport. Or you don't even have to be at an airport, wherever you are. And if you'd like to support me, members of my Patreon page. If you like when I talk about politics, click thumbs up. If you like when I talk about other stuff, click thumbs up.